Good morning all, it's Rob from Western Riders. It's Saturday the 6th of February, about 9 o'clock in the morning. According to Alexa it's -2, so I'm still in bed. Unfortunately for Robin, she's had to go to work this morning. She works for the NHS, so I'm making the most of it, watching Wild Band Norwegian Tour. And at some point today, I need to go out on a bike to a battery maintenance ride, as it's stalled in the garage with no electricity and it will die eventually. I'm not going to do that till about midday, I don't think. Try and let this frost bugger off. I'll show you around the bike when I get to the garage. Have a good morning, no matter what you're doing, and I'll catch you all a little bit later. Ta-ra. So there she is, my Africa twin. I'll give you a scoot round first. So I've got the little screen on. I have got the bigger one, but I find it a bit too tall. It buffets my head. So I've just taken that off and put the normal screen back on. I've done a few things to her. I'll show you those as we're going. There's a gorilla grip there. Let me get rid of that. First time shooting a video, leave in the way. Right, so the few things I've done to this bike is we've got a Giwi top box, because we had that top box on, which that won't fit into. So what with the Scala and stuff like that, it just won't fit into it. So that's gone. We also have a hair hawk seat, which Robin bought for me for my birthday, I do believe, last year, because I'm only 5'8", so I got the seat lowered a little bit, but it was like sitting on a piece of board, so I've had the sponge put back in and I bought an air hawk, so that's good. R&G tank grips, they do a good job and they look alright. I've had the super glue down in here, if you can see that, because that curve is a little bit tight for the glue that's on them to stick to, so a little bit of super glue. Down there is a quick shifter and auto blipper. We also have the heated grips, we have the wind deflector. I needed a couple of washers for here because it's a bit too tight. We also have a quad lock with the wireless charger, which works really well. We also have the Denelli spotlights and the Honda, they call it a light bar. I hope it would stand up to a crash if need be, but I'll find out. I'm not changing it because it's a few £100 and it looks good. My ferry clip for my ticket when we're allowed to go away again. I've had that on there since, well, on every bike I've had. I've also got the Power Bronze headlight protector, so hopefully no damage will occur. Let's hope. Italian pipe all the way through. Sounds brilliant. I like it. I've had to put a baffle into it because I did ride it without baffle, and after an hour it did my head in. So, but that's my bike, and I'm a little bit in love with it. I've had it since last February. I've done 5,500 miles, even during lockdown, and I like it a lot. I have got all the bags. I don't think I'll ever use them because they're so small, it's ridiculous. And I have the side luggage too. To be fair, generally when I go away, I just put a roll bag on the back seat because they're too much flaff, and some of the roads we go through are too narrow. So roll bag on the back. Robin's got her own bike, so she carries her own luggage. So it's all good. Right, let me get on this bike and we'll go for a little blast, see if we can put some power back in her. It is cold. It says 7 degrees, but that's bloody lying. I've got the heated grips on, got the Keith heated jacket on low, just trying to maintain my core temperature because it isn't warm. And I've got my summer gloves on, which is probably a mistake, but there you go, I ain't going very far. I'll let you know why I bought this Africa twin. Robin, because it all starts with Robin, everything starts with Robin, as you know, if you're in a relationship. It never starts with yourself, only joking. Was looking at buying a new bike, or an accompaniment to her present motorcycle, because she has a Honda Rebel 500 and I think she was getting a bit frustrated with it. Hasn't quite got the oomph she wants now, and she wants to tour. She wanted something that would make overtakes easier and things like that. We went to Fowler's in Bristol, looked at a Honda 650R, I do believe, and they are pretty mind, but you couldn't test ride them there. They had none to test ride. So we ended up going to Yeovil and she test rode a Ninja 650 and the RR, so which was good. But we ended up going back to Fowler's to have another look at the RR, and while I was there on my Tiger, there was an Africa twin in there for ex-demo, and I quite liked it. It was all blacked out, had loads of stuff put on it that I've already run through this morning, and I liked it quite a lot. I asked if I could test ride it and they said unfortunately I couldn't test ride it due to the fact it was in the showroom and had no fuel or anything in it. But they did say they had the Adventure, the new one, the 2019 version, and I could test ride it. I just got to remember that has a DCT box and this one doesn't. So I test rode it, and apart from the fact I didn't understand the DCT box because I was only on it for half hour, something like that. If I'd probably stayed with it for a while, I'd have probably got it, but I just didn't get it. But I like the feel of the bike. Whilst I was there was another guy also looking at this bike, and he test rode it before me, and I was like, oh, he's gonna love it, he's gonna love it, he's gonna love it. So I spoke to the salesman there, and he said, look, just whack a deposit on it, put 100 quid on it, that'll hold it until after your test drive. If you don't like it, we'll just refund the deposit. So the other guy came back and he wanted to buy the bike. Luckily I put the £100 deposit on it, so whilst I was out I come back and the bloke was still there trying to buy the bike. So I went into the cafe and just hid for a little bit until the salesman got rid of him, because he wasn't a very happy chappy. But he had the same option. He was told by the sales rep to do the same as I did, put £100 on it, that'll hold it for him, but he didn't, so I won. She was all ready for me a week later, which just happened to be the day of Storm David. We had 70-80 mile an hour winds and we had rain in buckets. And when I say buckets, I mean they might as well just thrown the bucket at me because it hurt when it hit. Now the whole reason, and this is one of the reasons why I changed the bike, Triumph Tiger 800, love that bike, can't fault it, brilliant, but as soon as you got any sort of wind from the side, it got pushed all over the place. Now I don't know if it's because it's slightly top heavy, I don't know, but I've been to Belgium, got blown all over the road. To Germany, got blown all over the road. For some reason we had 80 mile an hour crosswinds and the Africa wind didn't move, which to me was a winner.